Greetings and good morning or afternoon to you everyone, and welcome to another video. This is part 2 of my previous video called Broken Things in NGS, and this video will be focusing on updates that have broken the game in PSO2 NGS. If you haven't watched my previous video, then I will link it in the top right corner for you to check it out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's start with number 5, the graphics and engine update. The graphics and engine update was required to make both PSO2 and NGS compatible, letting us switch between both games via a simple block transfer. If you can still connect to base PSO2 without the game crashing, that is. The update delivered a new graphics engine and improved, but also horribly killed the look of base PSO2. This resulted in PSO2's graphics to decay, with most textures turning into plastic, such as our hairstyles, and for example, even Shiva's eyes. What the f*** did you do there? For number 4, we have the server issues at release. The server issues of New Genesis took them a long time to fix. Players couldn't log into the game either because the blocks were crazy full, ships were congested, except for Ship 4. Ship 4 is fine. However, Ship 4 hits different.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
What if you wanted to wear your favorite outfit from base PSO2, but the game said, no, that's no bueno? That happened as well. The game would always return a 630 error code to you, because you were wearing the wrong outfit. Alongside that, there was this horrendous lag, hindering us to kill enemies. Doing cocoons or traineas was impossible, or only doable if you waited long enough for the key enemies to spawn. Trying to beat the time in a cocoon? Good luck. Let's hope the servers would register your hits and the enemies would appear as well. And they tried, and tried, and tried to fix the lags for months. Sometimes the servers would run fine, but with a lot of players around, it went downhill again and again. New patches claiming they fixed the servers, and it'd still lag like crazy, and the game would only run stable enough if there weren't many players online currently. Number 3. Captan. This little right here. The reason why people go crazy about these captains is because they drop expensive capsules, one of them being Mastery 3. But when SEGA released the Kfari's region, they did mess up a little, and by little, I mean a ton. You see, captains spawn when a trial occurs. To get these trials, you need to defeat enemies first, which we've been doing in Re-Tamelnov for a while. However, with Central Kfari's, they, totally eliminated the prerequisite to eliminate enemies for trials to appear, which in conclusion, meant you can walk into Central Kfari's and have a random captain spawn in there, without doing anything. And when you'd enter a completely new room, the same would happen and happen again, if you were lucky, of course. People like Thrift Shoppin' and other content creators were calling out the bug to SEGA and even demanded an emergency maintenance, but the funny part was that JP knew about it since the release of Kfari's, before we even got the information that this is happening. And when it was globally addressed, it still took SEGA 3 weeks to a month to finally fix the trial bug. Enjoy your Mastery 4 capsules, I guess. Number 2 goes to Redboxing. Okay, you might be wondering, what's so broken about Redboxing? It's not as it is broken now, but back then with the release of NGS, there was this loophole that allowed you to make multi-accounts according to Microsoft's TOS with no issues, and you wouldn't be warranted a permanent ban if you traded between them. So people started making multiple accounts all the time until they gathered all the red boxes in Elio, made 400k Meseta in 30 minutes and transferred it to their main account, rinse and repeat. I've heard stories where people have made 30 million in total with multi-accounting like that, and only received a 3-day ban, instead of a permanent one, like in the JP version. I would show you where I got the info from, but SEGA decided to nuke the PSO2 forums, shrug. And number 1, I think the scariest update that broke the game so far goes to the photo room. The photo room is meant for people to take screenshots in, without having enemies spawn next to you and being able to modify the weather to your liking. However, when you created a photo room, you could exploit the hell out of it, by making minerals, gigantics, and even red boxes respawn. Inside that room you could just refresh the password whenever you grabbed your minerals and red boxes, and repeat the same steps, giving you an infinitive resource of whatever you needed. Shortly after this was brought up to the public, SEGA issued an emergency maintenance and temporarily disabled the feature. This, however, was fixed quickly as it was very exploitive and wasn't around for more than a day or two, which I'd consider the worst update that brought the most exploits to it. What do you think? Which update do you believe broke PSO2 NGS the most? Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. If you like to see more of these types of videos, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would also like to thank my channel members for supporting the channel. Thank you again. If you like to support the channel as well and be shown in my future videos, scroll down to the video description. Otherwise, I wish you a good day or a good night depending on what time it is for you, and we will see each other in the next video. Take care.